All right, yeah, Porsche. I see it. It's looking pretty good. Clean car. Okay. Whoa, stop sign, no blinker. Who is this guy? Who do you think you are? Step one, wash the car. So Brandon brought his pressure washer over so that we could get all the grease and grime off of this. I'm only going to keep like the subframe. I'm pulling the rest of this stuff out anyway. But we thought we'd give it a good washing top and bottom, get some of the glass and grime and cuts and whatever else out of there. I'm sure the neighbors love seeing this. Step two, take off more parts. As we cleaned and moved and worked together, we were able to get to more of it, get the subframe off, really start digging through and making it a bare chassis so we could just cut and go. Um, yeah, you can see a little bit of standing around, a lot of working, a little bit of working, a little bit of everything. Um, I don't know. It's tough because some of the stuff you want to save it, some of it you don't. So some of it you're careful to take it off. Some stuff you're not. Some of it just got cut off instead of unbolted. You know, that kind of stuff. So overall, got the chassis pretty bare. Pulled off any lines we didn't have off and all that kind of stuff. Step three, cut the car. So as you can see, this is real time right here. I didn't speed this clip up. That saw just goes straight through the car. Got held up on a couple of things here and there, but for the most part, you can see it just goes right through, like a hot knife through butter. I will say, there was a little bit of debate whether or not to put the front clip into three sections or two. Um, I think that the majority vote came in that we'd be able to get the car down the through the doorways in two pieces. But the reality was it needed to be three, so it's not in the video, but we ended up having to cut two extra sections off to get those two sides in. So it's kind of a pain, and it's going to be a pain to clean it up now and really make everything stable. So I'll be curious to see actually once I get all the stuff here, um, how we stabilize it. We are keeping the subframe pieces uh, to hopefully kind of pull the front and back in together a bit. Um, but man, that metal is flimsy when you get off of the quarter panels and you're looking at like the floor pans and some of that stuff. So once we get it in, I'm going to build a platform to kind of mount everything to. The wheels are probably just going to tuck under the car. I haven't decided if they'll hook on anything or not. I did keep this stuff to put them under the car, but the suspension and stuff's definitely coming out. Um, so those guys ran for lunch. I was just like really wanting to get through this, so I just kept cutting and cutting and cutting. Again, you can see it goes through this pretty easy. Big problem I had on the rear here though is that the subframe was still in, and I kept banging the blades on the subframe. So awesome blades. In fact, I didn't even fully use one blade on the whole project. But what happened is that I'd bang them on the subframe and they would like jackknife and bend. So you'll see I'll pull a hammer out here in just a second. And yeah, my block and hammer. And I just pound them flat. So I'll pound them flat, use the other one, come back to it, let it cool off and harden back up, and then go back to it. So I was just flipping between the two. But both of the blades have so much life left still. I guarantee I could have done the whole thing just with one blade. So I cut it as much as I could without having those guys there. I left a couple of spots in it right here so that the sides wouldn't just fall away. Because I knew I was going to need to pull the rest of the subframe and get those other guys to help me rotate the chassis back onto the bumper section so that I could actually separate it and keep the sides from just dumping. So enjoy the rest of the deconstruction here. Here you can see we finally got it into pieces and into the garage. This means that it's out of the garage and into the basement. So on the next video, I'm hoping that I'll be building like the platform and stuff. I do have a trip coming up, so I might not put a video out next week. But it's down there, and we're going to have to look at the logistics.